What living creature on this planet has zero enemies, and what's the explanation? If you ignore cancer, the Tasmanian devil has no enemies and can live without major fear from all but cars. Cancers and humans who aren't really enemies per se. I don't speak English so well. Sickness cancer or lobster cancer? Sickness cancer. There's a type of transmissible facial cancer that is ravaging the population of Tasmanian devils. It's bad enough that conservationists have actually established isolated populations in a few places to maintain genetic diversity in case the wild population drops to low. The North American Osage orange plant makes huge volumes of useless round fruits that aren't eaten by animals or people, and aren't even good at throwing at your siblings because they hurt too much. The current thinking is that its fruits were eaten dispersed by giant ground sloths, which went extinct over 10,000 years ago. Giant ground sloths are the best quokkas, with the exception of some sadistic tourist isolated environment. Quokkas look like they were intentionally designed to be the cutest, happiest motherfuckers on the planet. They are made to make up for all the other dangerous animals Australia has. Manatees have no enemies, only people with motorboats. That must be relaxing. No wonder they're named after manatees. Capybaras have a few predators, but don't seem to really have enemies. They're some of the chillest animals I've ever seen. Yes, and to the degree to which animals can have emotions, I'm pretty sure the predators of capybaras feel really bad afterwards. Blue whales are so big they have no enemies or predators. Not even at birth. They probably have parasites, but so does everything else. So their defense strategy is just being an absolute unit. Can't get eaten if there's no mouth bigger than you. Asterisk taps forehead asterisk. Orcas have been known to drown and eat infant whales. The gazelle because it's really fast, like way faster than a cheetah. Nothing can catch it. Now I'm off to go watch some nature documentaries for the first time ever. I hope I don't see anything surprising that challenges my thoughts on the gazelle, nature's most stunning creation. I was wrong about gazelles. Poor creatures. What a ride that was. The lizard which hadn't moved in 12 years if I remember correctly. I am learning so many goddamn animals right now. Cordyceps unilateralis, aka a fungus that takes over an ant's brain and grows right out of its head. Not an enemy, but this whole concept scares the shit out of me. Or the direct inspiration for the cordyceps fungus in The Last of Us, making it one of the scariest things I've ever thought about. I forget the name of the specific jellyfish, but there's a jellyfish that has had no predators for so long they evolved to have no stingers. It's a tourist attraction to swim with them. Edit. They're called golden jellyfish and are located in Jellyfish Lake in Isle Island. Tardigrades, because they are too ugly, cute for anything to eat. I wouldn't say something's your enemy if you eat it. I don't eat a box of 20 enemy McNuggets. Manatee. They're so cute, and they're docile and are not aggressive at all. Except the propellers on speedboats' sad face. Florida man is the manatee's greatest enemy. Killer whale. What about police whale? They're the same whale. Sperm whales hate them and will sabotage their hunts when possible due to orcas hunting their young on killing sprees. Bob Ross. This man is not capable of having enemies greater than living creature. I have some bad news. I do believe that honor belongs to the mantis shrimp in Australia. Just watch the video of them punching something. Scary. Don't they punch so fast they instantly vaporize the water immediately in front of them or something? That is some anime shit. That's a pistol shrimp, and it is the speed at which their claws close. The temperature generated by said water vaporization is equivalent to the surface of the sun, albeit in a very small area and for a very brief time. Honey badgers, because they don't give a fuck. I met Randall, who did the voiceover in that video. He's a really nice guy, and absolutely passionate about animal welfare. Apparently he never directly made a penny from that video because he didn't own the rights to the footage. of baby cheetahs mimic them to discourage predators. For when having a 100-plus pound predator as a mom isn't discouraging enough. Anything on the Galapagos Islands. They have no predators on the island. Not sure why other than just random luck of the draw. Nah man. There are those snakes that eat the lizards. Anyone who has seen Planet Earth 2 has been traumatized by it. If you asked me in the 90s, I'd have said Mr. Rogers' guy had no enemies. What did you learn about Mr. Rogers since then? He stopped being a living creature in 2003. But as far as I know, he still had no enemies in 2000, 2001 and 2002. At least Fox News thought that Mr. Rogers was turning us into fragile snowflakes. He is one of the few people that I think are an actual good role model. He not only talked the talk, but he walked the walk. We meme about Keanu Reeves and Bob Ross and all, and they are great, but Mr. Rogers lived that way since his 20s. A fine example of what a Christian truly should be. When you look at his life, this guy named Paul that works in the warehouse wouldn't harm a fly, and the best worker. I'm fairly certain he has no enemies. Hagfish. They look similar to eels, but have no eyes, no teeth, no skeleton, and are not threatening in any sense. But anything that tries to eat them gets a mouthful of instant slime, which clogs their gills and forces them to swim off sputtering and gagging. They can turn liters of water into slime instantly. So gross, so cool. Me. Not anymore. Asterisk asterisk oh no asterisk asterisk. Make that too. Hashtag why me? Now there are 3. Asterisk asterisk what's going on asterisk asterisk. These creatures are known as apex predators. But this question is confusing. If we are to include humans, because we're animals, then we would be the apex predator to the world. Every other animals would be beneath us. Polar bears, for example, are apex predators in their environment, but their only real enemy would be humans. Greater than these creatures are known as apex predators. No, they're not. That isn't what the question is asking. It didn't ask about apex predators, and it didn't ask about animals at the top of the food chain, which still often have enemies, even if they prey on those enemies more often than those enemies prey on them. Those are boring questions. Op is asking what animals have 0 enemies, not which animals only have enemies that they can usually overpower. An apex predator has no enemy, which is why they're apex predators. Nothing preys on them or hunts them, monsieur. That's the definition of an apex predator. You're heavily confused. It's not confusing at all. And we, as humans, we have so many enemies that could kill us. Animals, insects, humans. So no, we are not the living creatures with 0 enemies. You're confused. We are the apex predators. Unless we happen to get caught out in the savannah or alone out on an ice shelf. Nothing kills us. The fact that we can be killed by an animal isn't the same thing as saying the animal that killed us is an enemy of the species. By that stupid logic, poison dart frogs are the apex predators because one frog can kill 10 grown humans. Actually, I heard it was that something they're putting in the frogs to turn the friggin' humans gay. I think I might be misremembering it. The question was about enemies, not who would win in a fight. I read up as what exists that has absolutely nothing trying to kill it. By that reasoning, that would be nothing because people will kill everything. Sloths. Who wants to be mean to a sloth? Harpy eagles. The quokka. I don't know why they don't have any natural predators, but that just means they're comfortable around humans, and I'm not complaining cause they're cute as fuck. Canadians. I mean, does _anything_ fuck around with a skunk more than once. I've read somewhere that skunks are actually docile enough to tame as pets, if you remove the scent glands, because that defense is so effective. It's the only one they've got. So if they can't spray you, or if they think they did and you didn't react, I guess they're just totally chill. I've seen a tame pet skunk once. It's a lot like a cat if memory serves. I cannot for the life of me remember where, though. My cat has zero enemy, because everyone who knows him loves Hi Monsieur the end. Pterodactyls have zero enemies at the moment because they're extinct. Betty White, also David Attenborough, those two will dominate and never die. Hippies. I'm pretty sure the government is their enemy. They had Nixon and Cartman. Hippies hate death metal. As a hippie, fuck the system, monsieur. Am I gonna do anything about it? I'll probably smoke a joint, but that's as far as my effort goes. Sloths, cause they're just vibing, sleeping all day. Their biggest enemy is themselves, lol. Orca. Carp have few predators and can live to be 140 years old. I always believed the explanation to be that they don't taste very good, and they ruin habitats like no other. Tom Hanks, because he is a class act. I'm pretty sure humans are the common enemy of every living creature on this planet other than dogs and other pets. No creature has zero enemies. Bacteria are too belligerent to leave anything at peace. Manatees. They are herbivores and their only known predator is humans. Peaceful floaty potatoes of the ocean. Humans. Our superior intelligence and tool use has made us the dominant life form. I would argue certain animals like mosquitoes fuck us up too much to say we don't have an enemy. Dinosaurs. They no longer exist. Edit. Fuck me. I read the question wrong. Capybara. They are friends with everyone, even anacondas. Are capybara. Me. I'm very polite. I don't like your tone. Fuck you. Pretty sure the Himalayan jumping spider doesn't have any just because it lives at such a high altitude. Porcupines. They have sharp quills that protect them from predators. The manatee. Name a chiller animal. I'll wait. Manatee don't give a fuck. He'd just be eating grass and bibbin'. Manatees don't have any natural predators. Sharks. Killer whales. Alligators or crocodile could eat them but usually don't inhabit the same waters. Manatee just want eat grass and vibe. Boat propellers are their greatest enemy. monsieur. How about the hashtag DOGE? Nah, they kept picking fights with the Byzantines. Danny DeVito. Humans. One gets killed and the rest track down what did it and murder the fuck out of it. We're so good at it we've effectively removed ourselves from the food chain. I feel like mosquitoes are our enemies. So many people have died due to those awful bugs. I don't even get why they exist. LMAO. Dolly Parton is the real answer. Find me a single enemy of that woman. Jolene. Touché. Although, you don't get any lesbian subtext from that song. I think they end up together in the end. Your beauty is beyond compare with flaming locks of auburn hair with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Ants. You can't really fight them. They just persevere indefinitely in giant globe-spanning colonies. Anything that eats them can eat and right back as long as enough ants are around. K as in NC. They basically sit on mountaintops waiting to wreck a tourist's car. Polar bears top of the food chain. Honey badgers. No F asterisk given. Jenna Marbles. She gets no friggin' hate. Not true. I stopped watching her years ago. Apex predators like lions, grizzly bears, crocodiles and others. My favorite Bardamu because he's a good boy. Keanu Reeves has no enemies because he is a gift to society and a very wholesome person. Very original and not overplayed at all. Flamingos. I don't know. Honey badger. Starts at 0 but over the course of its life as an asshole makes plenty of enemies. I love them. Sloths. What kind of enemies could a sloth have? Polar bears. Limited contact with humans. Remote area with no other apex predators. And if you see one you aren't hunting it. It's hunting you. Puppies. Bulldog have many people that are scared of them. But even cat lovers thinks a puppy is cute and doesn't hate them. Bob Ross. Geez, I don't think I need an explanation. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.